Okay, we are live, everybody. Welcome to this live session. Okay, so it's Wednesday, the 13th of March, 2024. Please let me know if you can hear me on the WhatsApp group, if anyone's watching, and we'll get started. Excuse me. Okay, excellent. Brilliant stuff. So, as you can see here, DXY starting off on the dollar, as always. Okay, on the weekly, still that area to the downside, obviously coming out of that monthly area as well. Daily, we've still got that left untapped. So that's still out in the open. Okay, that's still on the cards for price to potentially tap into. All right. That's around 103s, 103, 400s. Actually, we've got 103 there. Yeah, so 103, 400s, somewhere around there. Okay. That's pretty much it for the dollar. Again, that's that weekly level there. And just to recap as well, that is also within a premium of that bearish leg down. Okay, so that's quite nice. What I want to discuss is USD CAD. Okay, USD CAD. This one. Okay, obviously we've tapped into that yesterday. This was the area that we were focusing on and that I've been mentioning for, well, since last week, to be honest. So we've reached into that. I'm not in any trades on USD CAD because it hasn't given me an entry signal as such within my trading hours anyway. So I'm just sort of leaving it to do its thing. If we get another leg down, I'll look for another pullback. Or if we decide to go higher, I'm still looking at that if we do that. Okay. So 4 hour wise, obviously it's looking like we're just stepping to the downside now. Because if we're just looking at the 4 hour candles, look at this. Wicks, create another barrier, wicks. Okay. So yeah, I'm just leaving it to do its thing at the moment. Okay. Just sitting on my hands with USD CAD. Okay. So let's talk about GJ. Okay. So pound yen, there was a trade put out today by myself. Okay. On this pair and Euro JPY as well, which we'll discuss. The main reasons being, if I just take that away from the daily time frame, the main reasons being for this pair anyways, we've just tapped into that daily level. Okay. If we remember where we're coming out of, if we just zoom out a minute on the weekly now, remember we're bouncing from this weekly 191 round psychological level. Okay. So with that in mind, and obviously not only that, we could potentially come into the discount of this leg with those things lining up, along with the 4 hour structure, which I'll show you in a moment, that has gone bearish. It lines up to make sense that it could go short, and that's why I've entered. It's as simple as that. Okay. So if I go down into the daily, again, just to recap, we've tapped into that level there. Excuse me. 4 hour. Okay, so now you can see the 4 hour structure points that I just spoke about that's gone bearish. So these blue dots making the low off of that weekly level straight away. Retesting that, we didn't breach the high, so that's the lower high. We made a lower low, broke that low, lower high, lower low. So we're currently within this trading range, and you can see I've got the Fibonacci on there as well. A nice thing with this is we do have 187,500 aligning with the 2.5 extension. Okay. However, the TP that I'm looking for is within this range. It's just down here. Okay, just to play it safe. However you want to manage that trade is completely up to yourself. You could maybe take 90% of your position away, or 80%, or 70%, or even half, to let the remainder run. That's completely down to yourselves on how you manage your trades. Okay, so that's that. what gave the entry signal? Okay, well, if we go down into the 30-minute, we had a 3-pin bar right there, and that's the entry. Okay, so we are in profit slightly. If I just go over to here, you can see that we are in profit slightly. We're nearly at break-even level, not just yet though. When we are at break-even level, I will update the members, those of you that are watching live, to go break-even basically through the website and through the app. Okay, so that explains GJ. Okay, we've got a nice 3-to-1 to our target there, 188,400. We're looking at 97 pips, okay, give or take. And it also aligns nicely with that low there because, you know, we could even look at that as liquidity. Okay, so price could be aiming for these lows. Okay, nice and simple. Let's go to the daily on here, make this full screen. And let's talk about Euro Yen. Okay, Euro JPY. So this is a pair that I've recently started to monitor. Okay, the reason why is because it trades very similar to pound yen. Okay, if I just quickly go to the pound yen, it's very, very similar in the way it moves. Okay, therefore, I'm going to use the same concepts and techniques. Okay, so with this as well, it's the same kind of setup as GJ because we've got, well, first of all, we're coming off this quarterly area. If we just go to the 3-month, okay, on the 3-month, okay, this is Oanda. Let's just quickly jump into FXCM. Okay, what price was that? Let's take these away a second. So we've got 164,170. Okay. €164,170. 2 seconds, guys. Apologies. 164,170. Yeah, there you go. Yes, that's what I was trying to explain there. So we've got a quarterly turnaround point. Obviously, on this data feed, you can see a bit more data. So we've seen spikes into that level many, many times on the 3-month time frame, and obviously the previous candle, the previous quarterly candle, just wicked into that, and we obviously closed very, very bearish. We're not necessarily very, very bearish, but that's obviously a bearish candle closure. Look at that wick to the upside. You could even call that a shooting star, bearish hammer, whatever word or label you want to put onto it. It's a nice rejection, okay, no matter which word you call that. If we now go on to this, because I'm using Oanda, that's why I'm using Oanda, by the way. I'm using Oanda's trading platform as well as 8cap, but I've also got an account with Oanda, okay. So monthly wise, let's just take these off the monthly and the weekly, because these are our daily levels. Don't want to see that, okay. Monthly, again, similar scenario, obviously wicked into it, bearish closure, okay, in one candle, and it took 2 months to recover that, all right. So is this just a retracement to potentially go lower? Okay, that's something to look out for. Again, look at the weekly, 1, 2, 3 bearish candles, okay. Following up from that, look at how many candles it's took to recover that, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 was the highest point in that leg. So 11 weeks to recover a 2 or 3 week period of bearish momentum, okay. So looking at that alone could potentially tell us a story that sellers are heavily involved. Just looking at that, okay. As we go down into the daily, similar to GJ, we've just tapped into a daily level of resistance, okay, which is that there. Just there, look, bringing that through. We came close to it there, closed above, used it as support, okay. This was the next level if we didn't form a free pin. This was the next level I was looking at. but obviously we formed the 3 pin there, so I've took the trade. Okay, I've took the trade. So 4 hour time frame, again, very similar to GJ in terms of that bearish 4 hour structure coming out of the highs there. High, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Okay. This is slightly different to GJ in the fact that we're still technically bullish in terms of the red dots here, the red structure points, because this is our low, that's our high. Okay. So we are within the discount of that range. But however, with this short, similar to GJ, I'm not putting my TP even below the low. I'm playing it within the range. Okay. And to be honest with you, as we come to this level here, I might even take a position out or take some partials out, because as you can see, we've started to print bullish structure here. Okay. And obviously that if this bullish structure was to play out, chances are it would use that to then go higher. So it depends on how you want to play that. If we reach there, you could just take it to break even, because our target is 160,700, which is down there near where my crosshair is right now, which gives us a very, very nice risk to reward. So if I just go over to here now on the right hand side, again, same entry, 3 pin there. Okay, not rocket science. Okay, 160,700 is down there, which gives us just over a 4-to-1. If we copy and paste that support over to the right, what I just said about, that's there. So if you wanted to TP there, that would still give you a 1.7 risk to reward. That's pretty decent. It's not it's not the worst trade in the world. So again, it depends on how you want to do that or how you want to manage that trade. Again, that's still in profit, or that's in slight profit as well as GJ. So yeah, I mean, other than that, it's just a case of waiting now, see what plays out. I've got my reasons, I've stuck to my rules with this system. The reason why I do like this system as well, it is basic. It's basically just support and resistance, using the Fibonacci's, and that's pretty much it. Obviously with the 3 pins as well. So using the same entry model and the same exit model is very powerful. It's very powerful because obviously over time, if you've got something that works, you're going to be profitable. Obviously there might be break evens, losses, etc. But with the positive risk to reward ratios that we do or that we trade, obviously the winners are going to outgrow the losses, and obviously give profit on top, right? So yeah, that's the idea of these trades. Like I say, I'm going forward down there. Okay, and also the nice thing to go down there, obviously, like I said, we could react from there. But by that point, we'll be break even anyway. So the market can do what it wants by that point. But the nice thing about this target down here is if I just transfer to the left again, look what we have there, those 2 daily bodies. So we could actually tap into there potentially. And our TP is just resting above that. Okay, so we're not even saying it has to touch that. So our TP is resting above that. Okay, just look over to the right-hand side where my crosshair is moving. You can see that. So yeah, those are the trades for today. Let's have a look at pound dollar. Pound dollar, in yesterday's live, I spoke about how we could potentially go here and then there, okay, or even there, or then there. And the reasons for that, obviously, we came into a discount there of this structure, this blue structure that I've marked on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, making the high. So from the low to the high, that area is the 56.18 area. We tapped into it very nicely. If we go to the daily time frame, we also tapped into that daily level of support. Okay, and then if we go on the hourly time frame, we also had a 3 pin there as well. Okay, so yeah, that's that. Like I say, if we do come up to there, that would be very nice, to be honest, because obviously that would align within the premium of that leg down. Okay, from A to B. Okay, so that if price comes up to there, I'll be looking at price action to take a short potentially. But for now on GU, I'm just again similar with USD CAD. I'm just sitting on my hands, just waiting for price to print, waiting for price to play out and develop. And I think that is a massive, massive key within trading. Those of you that trade will know that anyway. We need to let price develop sometimes. We can't just be forcing trades just because we want to make money. That's how we will lose money. um, yeah, that's kind of the irony of that. But yeah, that's about it for this live, to be honest. Isn't much else to discuss other than the fact that we'll just wait for these trades to play out. Whatever happens, happens. I've stuck to my rules, okay? As a trader that's been trading nearly 8 years now, that's all we can do. Obviously, manage risk. Those are the only things really we can control within the market. Our risk management we can control. We know that for sure, and our rules. Okay, we decide what our rules are based on. First of all, what makes sense to us, and second of all, what we've gathered data on and what we've seen that works over time. Okay, and over a series of trades rather than, oh, that happened one trade, I'm going to continue to do that and do that and do that. No, we need to see if it happens over 50 trades, or is it profitable over 100 trades or 1,000 trades. All right, that's sort of the mindset I would suggest, if you haven't already, to develop and adopt. So yeah, that's about it for this live. And I've said that 3 times, but thank you for watching. Actually, that's interesting. We've just gone break even on this GJ trade. So I'm just going to jump off this live, update the members on the website, and yeah, let's continue to take these trades. Thank you for watching, guys. Take care.